So what can we do when we see our audience zoning out during our talk? This happens more often than you think, and people actually don't care about the work you did, about your results. They honestly don't care about that. And that's a very common mistake I see STEM professionals doing. Like if you're a scientist, engineer, data scientist, developer, or whatever similar thing, it is very likely that you're very, very passionate about your work. And when you have to explain it to others, you tend to go very jargonic. You tend to explain the details. You tend to really make sure that you give all that information to other people, to people who are listening to you, because you feel that it's important, right? You want to share all of that with them. However, why this doesn't work is because, first of all, people don't care about your work. And second of all, because if you throw jargon at them, they are just going to instantly shut it down. So let's discuss both of those situations. First of all, people don't care about our work. And that's a hard one for the ego, I guess, but it's honest and normal because we do not care about other people's work either, right? Except if they are doing something that impacts us directly. And this is this little piece of, maybe I would say, a little ray of light and sunshine that we can really grab and turn into our favor. So how do we explain our work to people that are not really interested in what we have to say? In a way that we find the way to make it interesting to them. So we find what they care about, or if we do not know, we make an educated guess, and then sort of make sure that we bring our work into that situation. For example, if you're talking to stakeholders, this is an example that I love because it's so vivid and so clear to many. If you're talking to stakeholders and you're explaining your solution, like your database or whatever that you build, they do not care about the technicalities. They do not care about the queries, and they do not care about the data itself. What they care about is how it impacts them. Those people usually care about two things, time and money. So how can you make them more money in less time? It's usually the ideal combination and something that is going to get their eyes pop and really make sure that that they are listening to them. They are listening to you. So when we find what they care about, we have to develop this skill of making sure that we are explaining our work and our project and our process in a way that it's interesting to them. So the first thing would be develop this skill of recognizing instantly what they care about, because they want to hear you. They will listen to you if you are explaining your work in a way that makes it clear how it impacts them. Even better if it benefits them. So that's the first thing. And the other thing is the technical jargon. So we have to train as STEM professionals how to express our work in a way that it makes sense to other people. What do I mean by that? As STEM professionals, we are trained to solve problems, to hypothesize, to test hypotheses, and so on. But we are not trained to ditch the jargon and actually make our work tangible to others. And just a very, very typical example is probably your family members cannot say what is it that you're doing. And this is very simply put because your work is very abstract to them. Like they sort of know that you do some nerdy stuff right on the computer, you do some coding or something, some analysis of some data or so whatever, but they cannot actually pinpoint what is it that you do. And this is because your work isn't tangible to them. And you can care more or less about your family members, but when stakes are high, when you are pitching for a promotion, pitching for funding, it is crucial that those people understand why your work matters to them. And the best vehicle you have to do so is to make the invisible visible, or those hardly tangible things, those very, very abstract things, super tangible to them. And the best way to do so is to really translate it into something like time or profit or money. This is what really turns them on, if you will, if you are speaking to stakeholders. Of course, if you're speaking to other people, other experts that care about different stuff, you have to adapt that speech to those experts. But this is the bottom line. So this is the skill that you have to develop in order order to gain recognition, gain career progress, that promotions that you have been dreaming on for years, and also, and most importantly, to save you from the stress and the time-consuming process and procrastination that you fall into every time you have to prepare a presentation, write a report, this quarterly report that you have to prepare, right? What is that I did in the last 3 months? Like, if you are always there staring at a blank page thinking, if only someone could tell me exactly what to put where, I would totally do it. But this first step of making the draft, the first draft, it's always the hardest. So if you want to save time doing that, and if you want to have it instant clear, like you want to be instantly clear about what you want to say, how you want to say it, and finally stop being invisible at work, as a dear client of mine says, I want to invite you to join my coaching program where we train and we do exactly that. So we do this training in which you bring your specific challenges, your struggles, and we make sure that you are able to express all of that in a way that feels natural and easy for you. So if you're interested in this kind of coaching, I will leave a link down below where you can schedule a completely free discovery call with me, where we can talk about exactly that, your challenges, your struggles, what's currently going on in your STEM career, and of course, see if we are a good fit to work together. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in another video very soon. Bye bye.